How does a cross-country adventure between two young dreamers turn into one of America's most heartbreaking mysteries? How does love unravel into tragedy? This is the story of Gabby Petito, a story that gripped a nation, broke hearts around the world, and left us asking questions we may never fully answer. Gabrielle Venora Petito, better known as Gabby, was born on March 19, 1999, in Blue Point, New York. Bright, adventurous, full of life, Gabby was a daughter, a sister, a friend, but above all, she was a dreamer. She wanted to see the world, capture it, and share it with others. In 2019, Gabby met Brian Laundrie. Their relationship seemed like a love story out of a modern-day novel. Two young souls bound together by a shared passion for travel, art, and the minimalist van life movement. In July 2021, the couple embarked on the road trip of a lifetime. They converted a white Ford Transit van into their home on wheels and set out to document their adventures across America's breathtaking landscapes, posting smiling photos, scenic videos, and dreamy captions on Instagram and YouTube. But behind the smiles, cracks were already beginning to show. On August 12, 2021, police in Moab, Utah, responded to a 911 call. A witness reported a heated altercation between Gabby and Brian. Body cam footage would later reveal a tearful Gabby, visibly shaken, telling officers she had been struggling with her mental health, while Brian appeared calm, almost detached. The officers separated them for the night, but no charges were filed. The incident was written off as a dispute between lovers. But in hindsight, that stop was one of the earliest signs that something was deeply wrong. Friends later described Gabby as kind, gentle, and non-confrontational. Yet in those final weeks, her calls to family seemed less frequent, her tone less cheerful. By late August, Gabby's regular communication with her family suddenly stopped. The last text messages her parents received felt unusual, almost mechanical. Her mother would later say she didn't believe her daughter wrote them. On September 1, 2021, Brian Laundrie returned to his parents' home in Florida, driving Gabby's van. He was alone. No Gabby. No explanation. 10 days later, Gabby's family reported her missing. What began as a family's desperate search quickly exploded into a nationwide obsession. The case caught fire across social media. Hashtags like Find Gabby trended for weeks. TikTok users, online sleuths, and true crime enthusiasts pored over every photo, every timestamp, every detail. The FBI joined the search. News outlets broadcast nightly updates. America watched and waited. The world demanded answers. Where was Gabby, and why wasn't Brian speaking? On September 19, 2021, the search ended in heartbreak. Authorities discovered human remains in Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park. Just days later, they were confirmed to be Gabby Petito. The coroner ruled her death a homicide. The cause, strangulation. She was just 22 years old. The young woman who had once dreamed of showing the world its beauty became the face of a tragedy that revealed its darkest truths. As investigators closed in, Brian Laundrie vanished. For weeks, he was the most sought-after man in America. Searches stretched across swamps, forests, and suburban neighborhoods, but he was nowhere to be found. On October 20th, 2021, human remains were discovered in Florida's Carlton Reserve. They were later identified as Brian Laundrie. Alongside his body, authorities found a notebook containing a written confession. Yet the questions didn't stop. Why did Gabby's cries for help go unanswered? Could law enforcement have intervened sooner? And what does this tragedy reveal about domestic violence in America? Her story sparked national debates about how society responds to missing persons, about the role of social media in investigations, and about the silent battles victims face behind closed doors. Gabby Petito's story is more than a headline, more than a case file. It is a haunting reminder of how fragile life is and how quickly love can turn into danger. Today, her family honors her memory through the Gabby Petito Foundation, working to raise awareness about domestic violence and support victims who feel voiceless. Gabby's light may have been taken too soon, but her story continues to shine, warning us, teaching us, and reminding us that behind every smiling photo, there may be a silent cry for help.